The Denver Broncos are adding some much-needed beef to their defensive line. According to Tom Pelissero, former Saints defensive tackle Malcolm Roach is signing with the Broncos on a 2-year deal worth up to $8 million. So the Denver Saints pipeline continues to feed itself, and quite frankly, I actually think this is a really good signing. I know a lot of people are going to be polarized by it just because Malcolm Roach is a former Saint, but I'm just going to be honest right off the bat. I don't have an issue with this whole Denver Saints pipeline. Sean Payton is bringing in guys that he knows best, guys that he's familiar with, guys that he knows and trusts their game. So I have no issue with it personally. It's just Sean bringing in guys that he is familiar with. Let's go ahead and take a look at Malcolm Roach's PFF page here to get a bit of a grasp as to who he is as a player. I was actually really impressed when I first pulled this up and saw that he was the 11th best run defending defensive lineman last year. That is really good, and that's an area where the Broncos have desperately needed to get better. So I imagine that Malcolm Roach will be one of the starting defensive ends alongside Zach Allen, and it remains to be seen if the Broncos are going to bring back Mike Purcell to lock down the nose. If they do, then they probably have their starting defensive line ready to go here. Malcolm Roach, if we come over and take a look at his stats, he had a total of 24 stops last year, which is really good, and only had 2 missed tackles. If we look at his overall grading, though, his run defense grade stood out in 2023 as a very much career high, 72.9 overall grade, when previously he had been down here in the 40s. So we've seen this before where a player goes into a contract year, plays out of his mind, and then sort of regresses back to the mean once he gets his payday. I don't know if that's going to happen here or not, but clearly the Broncos knew what they were going to get in Malcolm Roach. That's why they made this move. Sean Payton knows him, and Sean Payton believes in him heading into this second contract. So if Sean Payton believes in him, then I trust the Denver Broncos with making this move. All right, Broncos country, I am curious about how you guys feel about the Denver Broncos signing Malcolm Roach. Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, as always. Now, I figure that the Denver Broncos once again have their starting defensive line set here. Zach Allen and Malcolm Roach as your 2 defensive ends, and then possibly Mike Purcell as your defensive tackle, depending on what happens with him. And DJ Jones is still on the roster, guys. He has not been cut yet. I don't know if he will be cut either. I would have thought that it would have already happened by now. So maybe DJ Jones is a part of this mix too. I think everybody just naturally started to write him off, but if DJ Jones hasn't been cut, I think that is also noteworthy. So maybe keep an eye out over the next couple of days for the Denver Broncos to make a move on DJ Jones now that they have another defensive lineman in the building in Malcolm Roach. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.